Good morning, everybody. Let's call this meeting to order. Today, Thursday, June 4th, doing the Blount County Combined Business Meeting and Work Session. We have a quorum present. I would like to invite Brother Austin CRIM, Redeemer Church Amiana, to do the invocation. If you could remain standing for the pledge of allegiance.
Y'all will bow your heads and we'll pray. Father in heaven, we thank you for another wonderful day, for the breath of life. Father, we thank you for the wonderful privilege it is to live in Blount County, Alabama. Such a beautiful place, a wonderful place to live and to bring up the family in. Lord, we ask that you would be with us today. Lord, give us wisdom. Lead us in the way you would have us to go. May our decisions be ones that honor and glorify you and cause our land to flourish. And may the way that we arrive at them also honor and glorify you. Lord, help us today, be with us, give us wisdom and leadership beyond our own knowledge. Lord, we ask this in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Make a motion to adopt the agenda as presented. So moved. Second. Motion second. All those in favor? Any opposed? Next, we have guest delegations. Today, since we've already done a public hearing and we've already had a public awareness session, I know that some people felt that their voices were not heard. I'm going to allow 2 5-minute periods. And we've done this in the past, so it's not really anything new. But I'm going to allow 2 5-minute periods where 1 5 minutes of a representative from the community that opposes the landfill, and then a 5-minute period with Apex. And I've talked to a Mr. Randy WHISONANT. Is he here today?
Yeah.
Randy, okay. Recognize you. You have 5 minutes to speak. You can stand right there, sit, or behind the podium.
First of all, I have property adjacent to this, good bit of property, and I'm taking exceptions to the application. On the application, in the application, page A3, article adjacent landowners, submit a list of all adjacent landowners, including name, current mailing address. Okay. In the application, they submitted 4 maybe names. One of them is RRC out of Jefferson County. They're out of Birmingham. Don't know nothing about them. The second one is Darlene McCombs, a family member of Andrew. S3, Andrew McCombs himself, Blount County, on the strip, on the road. I don't know how that worked out. And I have attachments for you if you want it. And then 6B, submit a map identifying the proposed site and all adjacent landowners. List above. State your source of information. I don't have information. I don't know where he got his, but I do have a picture, and he's listed 1 company in Jefferson County. He's listed 1 family member. He's listed himself, and he listed Blount County. And Blount County knows about it prior to this because of the application. I'm saying that there's 50 to 60 other adjacent that should have been mailed out and notified, and it hadn't been. And we're fixing to go against the rules of adjacent landowners, and it could be not good if this passes. I have definitions of adjacent, I have definitions of adjoining. You're a lawyer. More lawyers in here, and I'm sure that you're very aware of that. The second one that I have, I'm taking exceptions to, A5, page A5, item F, 8F. It reads, are there any sinkholes, ponds, springs, swamps, or streams, or drainage courses located within the disposal area? The answer is no. It's on here. I know there's an artesian well, spring, on that property. I swam in the swimming pool back when I was a kid. It's there. I've hunted it. I've tried to find it on, Google and Facebook. Google, can't find it. But I know where it's at fishing. I've been in it. And then this morning, coming in from the south end, the road where the trucks are gonna be going is 17 feet wide. Asphalt to asphalt, no shoulder, zero shoulder. This room is 18 feet wide. That road is 17. And I want you to imagine your car, your wife, going down that way, and then a truck with a trailer coming this way. And I would recommend somebody going and looking at it, if it's not too late. And then, have they been a legal governing, traffic study been done on this? That's a question for me. And then back to the artesian spring. Has a hydrologist been involved and come and done a study? From all indications, no study that I've seen, from a traffic study been done on it from a government. No study has been done. Go ahead.
It's your 5 minutes.
Pardon me?
That's your 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Do you have anything that you want to submit as a public comment?
I don't have anything other than what I said, but I do have copies of the legal term of adjacent and adjoining, if you want that.
I'm gonna comment on that, Blount County land, that may be the sewage that we sold to Blount County Water.
That or it's right of way that has been deeded over to the
That would
county
be-
for eminent domain.
I don't know of us having any lots out there at all, but it could be.
No, there's been a deeded strip on the road from them to the Blount County, and I'll find out what
Okay.
that is, but it's not no property anybody could use.
Right.
It's just that road.
Yeah, I just, when you said that, that's.
Probably a deeded right of way.
It's
right of
just
way.
that road.
Well,
That being said, it's gonna be something that's gonna come up totally outside of this.
Sir, I need to recognize the Apex right now.
Pardon me?
I need to recognize the
Yeah,
Apex right now.
I
Thank you.
appreciate y'all's time and I appreciate what y'all do.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, gentlemen of commission, I appreciate 5 minutes to speak on behalf of Andrew and Adam and Apex Disposal LLC. I'm going to try to do it in 3. We've sort of engineered this application to death. All that's in the written application, and I think the science kind of speaks for itself. I'm not really qualified to expand on that. But I've got 3 points that I wanted to make that might not be so obvious from reading the application. The first is that I think this business operating in Blount County could be a financial benefit to the county. The second is that a permitted C&D landfill, properly regulated, can be a part of a vibrant and valuable residential community that people want to live in. And third, our application is consistent with the county's solid waste management plan overall. So on the financial end of things, when the facility is fully online, they expect to be remitting somewhere approximately around $150,000 annually to the county, in addition to paying property taxes for business property, like equipment worth over $1 million and the real property, and employing approximately 20 people who also live and work and pay taxes in the county. But aside from the financial aspect for the county, for the people that live around there, I believe that a permitted C&D landfill can be a part of a community that you want to live in, and I know that because I grew up next to it. This facility behind Eastwood was permitted as a C&D landfill, operated for years. I grew up there, our property butted up to it. Loved that place. My parents ultimately sold the house because somebody offered them more money than they could afford to refuse. Bought it, and I tried to buy it when I came back to start practicing. And another guy who grew up right there about 1,000 feet down the road beat me to it. So you can live near one and it can still be a place where people want to live. This facility, they've planned at least 100-foot forested vegetative buffer. So I truly believe on a day-to-day basis it's not going to be a substantial impact. Finally, you don't have to take my sort of anecdotal personal story to heart. The Solid Waste Authority, the board is made up of guys who kind of know about the industry. I think they're smart guys. And aside from one abstention, they unanimously voted to recommend accepting the application or approving the application. So for those three reasons, I would respectfully request an affirmative vote this morning and let the guys start doing business in Blount County. Thank you.
We'll take it to our old business from last month. Kind of a break, everybody, but it's discuss the county dump truck fleet.
We'll just discuss that afterwards. Everybody feel that?
We can push it back. Item 5, consider approving the minutes of May 12th, 2026, meeting and claims for the month of May.
So moved. Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor? Any opposed? Next, we have approve or deny Apex disposal landfill.
This is a subject that we don't take lightly. You gotta consider the public. You gotta consider the benefits of economics. You've gotta look into your natural resources. And I've had our staff do some work, which, even though the actual site don't fall into a floodplain, there is a floodplain just southwest of it. We denied a mid-waste facility last year because of mid-waste, or because of the floodplain. And for that, I want to offer a motion of denial.
I second that motion of denial.
Got 2 motions for denial. Is there any other comment? We'll say that these things kind of come in cycles. The last time that there were any applications at all for a landfill besides the B&D tire landfill was about 30 years ago, in the 90s. And there was a series of C&D landfills that were applied for. So it's just the grand scheme of things. These things have cycles. They close down, they fill up, they are closed by A-down. It's just one of those things where you kind of have, there's going to be a C&D landfill. There are others in this county that we don't know about, that are not permitted. And it comes down to, do we have somebody, or punish somebody by playing by the rules, or allow others just to do what they want to do?
Well, I'll speak on that. I did turn in an illegal C&D landfill last year. I went and looked at the site a few weeks ago, which is, I know is illegal, and there's possibly another site that we're looking into. Now, I'm gonna turn in all I can. I just turned in a lot to, the Blount County, Health Department as an illegal dumping site, just piles and piles of garbage on it. So like I said, we're gonna do our diligent work to keep the illegals out of here.
This landfills keep coming up in Blount County, and a lot of people think the commission goes out and recruits them. If anybody brings up a landfill application, it's always we've always accepted the application, and then we've done what the law requires, is to let y'all understand what's going on. And that's how y'all know about it today, is because of the law. Andrew had his meeting, we've had a meeting with it, and today we're gonna do a vote on it. But, a lot of Facebook comments and stuff keep saying that, I don't know how many times we gotta tell the commission we don't want landfills in Blount County. We're not recruiting landfills. We're going by what the law says we have to do in notifying the public in that process. And I've always wanted to ask this question, so I'm just gonna ask it. I think I counted about 17 or 18 vote no signs out here. Okay, we got 19, okay. So if all these people that says vote no, I mean, would y'all be in favor of a countywide zoning to prevent this from later on happening?
Yes.
On your own property?
Yes. 100%.
Within the residential neighborhoods, yes.
We're not opposed to landfills, we're opposed to them being in a residential area.
Yes.
Would you be opposed to this commission telling you what you can and can't do on your property?
No,
That's zoning.
I know.
Because there are no residential or
And that's what I'm
or
asking right there. I feel like everybody in this room is wanting to tell this man what to do on his property. But y'all don't want to be told, but you're not wanting to be told what to do on your property, because you just said it. You just said you didn't want to.
I know.
It's a double-edged sword.
It is, yes.
And, that's what I wanted everybody to understand. We don't recruit landfills here, but like Chairman Harvey said, when they get brought to us, we have to deal with them. And, just so happened, we've had 3 brought to us in the last probably year. 2 years, and that's just what's happened. I've been on the commission for 10 years, and there for a while nobody ever talked about a landfill, but now they're just starting to come up because I guess they're filling up, or they went out and they're full. I really don't know.
And currently, everybody assumes the Blount County landfill is open. It's not. It's been closed for 30 years. It's basically a convenience center now where you come in, dump it into a 40 cubic yard dumpster, and go back across the field and leave. So right now, the only operational landfill in Blount County is the CEMETARY landfill.
And
legal landfill. Illegal dumps everywhere.
I've had one person from the Hayden community call and talk to me about it, and he just said, can the county not buy a piece of property and help him out and move it? I told him we couldn't. We can't use tax dollars and help an individual out like that. But if we moved it anywhere, somebody's gonna be in somebody's backyard, and somebody's gonna be upset about it.
Can I say something?
Sure.
And I've told a couple of commissioners, the landfill at County Line, it's been up for sale, and it is up for sale. It's transferred hands about 4 times. A company out of Canada owns it. They want to sell it. It's set up, ready to hand you the keys. It's got scales. It's got a seam of sand that a lot of people don't know about, that you can sell. Not only cover up what's there in the landfill, but there's a seam of sand there that's worth a fortune. And it can be sold, and then a crusher put in and crush the rock that you can sell. And then the 20 employees that they're talking about would be yours or whoever wants to invest in it. So I told that to a few people, and they said, we visited a couple of years ago. That's 2 years ago. I recommend that you would revisit it. They might finance it. You ain't got the money, But I'm sure that y'all are smart enough and you've got lawyers that could work out some kind of deal and finance it, and then it wouldn't bother no neighbors. That's just something to, consider. County Commissioner?
I'm done.
Any further comments from the commissioners? Got two motions for denial.
You got a motion,
Yeah,
motion and a second.
Motion. Yeah, two motions.
So just so everybody's aware, a yay will be a motion or a vote for denial. A nay would be not to deny. Just so everybody's clear.
All those in favor of denial?
Yay.
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 All those against? All right, the motion carries. It is denied. Gonna do a 2-minute break before we continue along with the rest of the county business. So if you can stick around if you want to, kind of watch how government works, or you can take off of this. There's gonna be some discussion here, so.
Congratulations, you won.
Well, you can give up.
Everybody, I need to start this meeting here. If y'all can sit down or mosey on out. Notice.
Once he brings it up back up.
There will be a
Yeah, no, it's done.
No.
Okay,
It's over with. It's done, yeah.
Thank y'all for watching. Thank you, sir.
Next, we have item 7. It's going to be consider an MOU with Heritage Health Solutions. Gentlemen, this is how to phrase this? This is health insurance for out of service or out of site, off-site health for our gentlemen. And what this does is brings the rates or the cost down to 195% of Medicare. I had a meeting with, all the members of the jail, the nursing staff there. They are in favor of it. Council has approved or at least gone over the MOU. Really what it does is, the only cost to us is $15 per claim. That is the only monetary obligation that we would have. There's no upfront. We can decline something, and the most we'll have to pay is $15. But they will go out and negotiate for us, bring us the cost back. They went through past costs and then went to the companies and agencies that charged us this and said, hey, look, you know, what would you have done in this case? And through their audit, it came back to be very helpful for us in the long run. They work with UAB. They work with about 95% of all medical entities here in the state. They work for the U.S. Marshals. They do an agreement with U.S. Marshals, and there's 2 other counties here in the state that they use. Council, do you have any?
One thought, I know that the commission has a long-standing relationship with the hospital here, and whatever's been negotiated with them, I wouldn't want us to upset that. But you're right, they just go out and negotiate on behalf of the commission lower rates.
Something I learned in that meeting, the ER department there at the hospital is not run by UAB. It is run by a completely separate entity. And sometimes what UAB may deal with this is not what that other group is going to do, especially when it comes to emergency room calls. I do think this MOU is for 6 months just to try things out. If we don't like it, it expires, and afterwards, or if we don't say anything, it continues for another 12 months and automatically renews each year unless we put a stop to it. I think it's a good idea, at least just to try out. We have some high costs coming down the pipeline that this will potentially offset significantly.
Does it pick up pre-existing?
Nothing pre-existing, that I understand.
Well, you just said we had some high costs coming down.
Well, okay, that have not cleared through the thing, like they have not come to us yet. We have not been fully invoiced. It will cover anything that we have not been invoiced yet.
I'd rather have a work session, discuss it with legal before we make a vote on this.
Well, I mean, we can talk it out now. It is a combined work and Zoom session.
So, I know we changed it up a couple of years ago, and we have nurses down there now and all that.
That is on-site healthcare.
Yeah.
This is all off-site. Any hospital, whether it's our local hospital or any other hospital in the area, that deals only with that.
So let's just say that, you know, we've run into it in years past where I know we had one that was upwards of $500,000 to $700,000 inmate healthcare. And I know Judge Green went and negotiated that down to a manageable price. So let's just pretend that we've got a $500,000 bill. They just go in and negotiate.
Yes.
They are the negotiators.
They are the negotiators. And all we do is pay them $15 per claim. And then the negotiated rate, the goal is 195% of Medicare. If they don't accept it, then it just comes back to us to pay as it would have been beforehand. And then we could, you know, theoretically have
So
the
they're
option
just
to negotiate.
$15 per claim.
Per claim.
And this is a 6-month MOU, and then we revisit.
No upfront money, no
upfront
percentage,
money,
no nothing. Have you looked over it, Scott?
I have, and if you wanted to revisit, you have to formally revisit. I mean, so it's gonna be automatically renewing. They're gonna continue to represent the county, but you have to take action. So if we wanted to renew it, or if you wanted to consider it again in 6 months, be sure it gets to the agenda.
Yeah.
Then you can talk it over again, see how they're doing, and that kind of.
I'm willing to go with it with 6 months if it's just $15
It
per claim.
originally was a year, and I told them that we'll do 6 months, and they agreed.
I make a motion to go 6 months.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second for 6 months for the MOU with Heritage Health Solutions. Any further discussion?
Is that automatically coming back up? Is that automatically possibly coming back onto the agenda, or is that part of the motion?
I'll
Yeah.
make it part of the
Yeah.
motion to come back in 6 months.
It's,
That's
well,
more appreciated.
there's a, I think it's a 60-day heads up, so it'd be
4 months.
4 months. So you mop out 4 months.
I'm sure we'll have compliance in 4 months.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Item 8, consider transfer $50,000 from 521000231 to 522000231 fund for jail maintenance as budgeted.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? All those in favor?
Uh,
Any opposed? Next, we have consider Homeland Security Grant for EMA. I'd like to recognize our EMA Director, Mr. Orville.
Thank you. So in anticipation, as FEMA reopens, that we're anticipating that, some of the grants will become available again. One of those is the Homeland Security Grant. You know, we've done that every year. There's no, anticipate or when we're supposed to get that started, but in anticipation, what they've done, the state, Homeland Security folks have went around the state to the different EMAs and municipalities to talk about what could happen with this grant. Last year, they ceased the funding for the Homeland Security grant because of FEMA shutdown. There were 3 fire departments that applied for that grant, and we're anticipating that they will choose the applicants who will get that funding probably sometime this summer. In a previous meeting, y'all had approved to be the applicant for them because they, under the guidance of this grant, they have to be associated with a municipality. We've got the volunteer fire departments that don't have that. So y'all had agreed to be the applicant for those 3 fire departments, and then so they could apply for the grant. There's no money exchange that the commission has to do. You're just going to be the ones that have to be because of guidance, be that applicant for them. In the new guidance, the only difference is it has to be a municipality or it has to be a commission that's the applicant. On the agenda, it says it's Homeland Security Grant for EMA. It's actually for the commission because you as the commission has to be the applicant for that. And we're asking if there's volunteer fire departments that want to apply for this, would y'all be willing to be the applicant for that fire department in the past?
Do you have the update on Pine Mountain? I know it kind of got hung up when everything got shut down.
So, John had sent an email to the state to find out, and we haven't had any information on the update on that. All the paperwork, necessary paperwork and everything was turned in several months ago, and they were just waiting until FEMA reopened to see what's going to happen with that, so we don't know anything on that yet.
Are those one of the 3 that you counted?
No, that's the community shelter grant.
Okay.
This is Homeland Security grant.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we assist them in applying for the grant.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Next, discussion on FEMA disaster plan, final review.
Okay. No. So this is an excerpt from the final review from FEMA. The president had appointed a council to talk about what FEMA was going to do as they reopen. 2 items on this really affect the different counties, and I have highlighted some of the things on those 3 pages. Again, in May of 2026, the President's Council released the FEMA final report. On pages 31 through 33, which you've got in your hand, talks about the realigning the criteria for federal disaster assistance. One of those is public assistance, and public assistance is that money that we get reimbursed for, like damage to roads, bridges, and things like that. In 1986, the per capita, which means the money, the threshold we have to meet for it to be a FEMA declaration. Now, that's not only applies locally, but it also applies statewide. So in 1986, it was $1, and in going up to fiscal year 2026, the per capita indicator was $1.94 per capita. What they're proposing is that they increase that per capita from $1.94 to $2.99. Now, on a state level, you've got 5,223,000 people in the state of Alabama. In the county, we've got over 60,000. So if you multiply that for the indicator, right now, for us to get a FEMA declaration for the county, we have to have $116,000 worth of damage to do that. On the other hand, that the state would have to have over $10 million worth of damage to get that FEMA declaration. With the proposal, it raises our numbers to almost $180,000 worth of damage. For the state, it's $15 million. So not only does the local have to meet that threshold, the state has to meet that as well to get that FEMA declaration. So all the EMA directors are going to the commission to tell them this is what's going on. It's possible the reason why they're doing this is because they're trying to free up some of the money for FEMA declarations. So there's not going to be as many FEMA declarations as there used to be in the past because of that per capita increase.
What did it used to be on the local, like say, county?
It was $116,000, $116,669.
Okay, for some reason I thought it was more than that. Okay, I've been wrong.
Yeah. So, but they're raising it by 33%. Is what they're doing. So it's.
But the state cap used to be 7 million. Am I correct on that?
Was 10 million.
Was it 10? When did they change that?
That's 2026. That was
I think during, when we got to Easter, it was at 7 million, because the great hole on 7 is what moved the state. It got the
that
state
was in 24. So yes, that's right. So the per capita has raised annually. So their proposal is to raise that per capita to $2.99, which makes it more increased to get the FEMA declaration, trying to get that money.
So what you're telling us is what used to be a $2,000 or $2 million estimate, we should have as a $5 million estimate, so we can meet the threshold.
Yeah, but so what the emergency manager is doing is for the commissions, let them know, let you be aware that we may have these declarations that don't meet that threshold, that you may have to come out of pocket for the repairs and everything. So be thinking about that for upcoming years.
And 180 though, that would be roughly 180 is what we need to have set aside.
I mean, the one at County 7, that was several $1 million. So that met the threshold for the county.
It got the county and the state.
Yes.
Minimum.
So just to let you know that this is what they're planning on doing. So,
again, you just bring us great news.
I appreciate it.
And your 5 minutes is up.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Don.
General, I think the action needs to be taken. Kind of one of those due course things. If it happens, it happens. But Don, you said that they are refraining from giving out so many, FEMA disaster designations now.
That's right.
Okay.
If they raise that per capita, there's fewer disasters that will happen. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Next we have,
They'll still, no,
they'll
they'll
still-
We've already know funding. Declaration,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
We should know that a long time ago.
next we have, consider a private family cemetery application. The family is present today. I have received all the documents as of today. We have a legal description, a perk test, and a public health letter. Dustin, I'm gonna give this to you right now. I also have digital copies that I forwarded to you. I know it's kind of a last minute thing that you haven't had time to fully review. What I would ask, the commission, if they wanted to do a conditional on Dustin's.
Of the health department that you said they've approved?
Yes.
If, Scott, are you comfortable with that? I'll make a
Yes.
motion on the condition that our engineer approves it.
What,
Yeah,
ha-
I'll
where's,
second that.
where's this at with
It's
probate?
in my district. It belongs.
I'd like to take that.
I'll try to hold myself together. Thank y'all for getting us on here. We've only been in Blountsville since, 2019, but it is our home. We have 40 acres, and my husband was a disabled veteran. And, when we were deciding, he was lost in a tragic accident, and so when we were deciding where to do, because I did have plots that family had offered to use, because this was not something we anticipated, because he was 51. But, he loved our land. He worked our land. We had horses and donkeys and all the things, and so, he worked really hard for our family. And, so I wanted to get this done, and God is really good, and everybody came together, the surveyor, the health department, everybody's really come out and tried to make this happen. And, on his birthday, May 26th, we were going through some of his video logs, and he had a video log from 2022 that he was showing the property and just kind of riding on the tractor, and at the very end, he was just saying God is good, and he loved his family, and one day he's going to be buried up on that hill, and I did not know that we had that, and so I would like to put him where he wants to be.
Thank you.
Scott, on my motion, Scott said he'd be happy to look at it with us.
No.
Contingent on their approval, that's how I make my motion.
My second, like I say, as long as it meets all the criteria, we've approved family cemeteries before, but as long as it meets all the legal criteria that it needs to meet, that's my second.
Then I will let y'all know.
Okay.
So, we've got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? And y'all are welcome to leave if y'all want to. Stick around.
Staying to support her.
Okay.
Thank y'all again.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, we have a consider abolishing probationary period for district crew transfers.
I discussed this with Hannah some. She would rather us change the policy of any employee that transfers departments, and we do it at 6 months. That way she don't have a policy for this department, a policy for that department. And if you are good with it, I'm good with 6 months, because we typically know if we're bringing somebody over, that they're gonna be there for a while if they transfer. So,
I think
that would cut it from 12 to 6 months on all departments.
I'll second that. Did you make a motion on that?
I'm making an informed motion.
I'll second.
All right, got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I'd just like to clarify, this does, when you, a new hire is 12 months,
Yeah.
and then a transfer would go to 6 months.
It don't change.
Yeah.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 13, consider RSA retiree one-time payout.
So moved.
Second.
This is something we do from time to time when we feel like we can, and I feel like we can at this time. I know inflation's high, and it'll help the retirees out, so.
Motion second, any further discussion? All those in favor?
General fund, put on. That's
Very good, yeah.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, consider surplus of asset number 3172, engineering digital system.
Plotter and scanner.
Plotter and scanner, I was close. What's that then? It's a big printer.
Plotter and scanner.
About 30 years old.
Yeah.
Been there since the 90s.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed?
That includes the sale by best means.
You good with that?
Yeah. Item 15, consider 911 board positions, reappointment of Steve Pass for at-large board position, term ending June, and reappointment of Clay Jones for Fire and EMS Association position, term ending in June.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion?
Are these sent to us from 911 board?
I've talked with the director, I've talked with each individual, and there was, you can say it was endorsed by, at least by the director and the individuals.
Okay. They don't send us recommendations?
But
The board don't send recommendations?
I don't think.
He sent me a letter just saying that these positions were gonna be, coming up.
So we have a, I mean, the only thing that they've been operating off of is the resolution that was passed back in 2019 that designated where we pulled these positions from.
Right.
But that was, other than that, I think they're pretty content with how the board is right now.
And typically, the Fire and EMS Association president or chairman is the board appointee. I think, I'll get mayor.
Yes.
Was the last one there.
So I got a motion to second, any other discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Item 16, consider increase of rates at landfill for out-of-county residents.
I had this put on here, we've seen a significant increase in some business at landfill, but also the CPI's going up, our contract haulaway fees has went up, and, you know, in order to help our county residents, I feel like our in-county residents, we need to go up on the out-of-county. We've had a sharp increase in out-of-county customers, and me and Annette looked at some numbers yesterday, and I'd like to offer it up in form of motion for me and her to work on that, to be at least 25% increase in cost, but not to exceed 50%. And I'll make that form of motion to let us.
For out of county?
For out of county residents.
For out of county. And I'll try to have this ready before the 4th of or say July 1st. So, in other words, if somebody brings a twig over there or a bag of garbage, only weighs so much, it's $10. So, a 25 out of county 25% increase would be $12.50, and if we go 50%, it'd be $15.
How could you, can you include anything commercial? 'Cause,
No, that'll take care of itself, because of so like if somebody comes in there with a $400 load, if you go 50%, that would be $600. So it's taking care of itself by going percentage, I feel like. I think that's the easiest way to do it. And we typically round up to the nearest dollar, so we don't have to count pennies and change. That's how our rates are over there, because we've only got one man in the courthouse.
And that's your motion?
That's my motion, Rich.
I
To allow us to, yeah.
Any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman, just for clarity, it's 50% of the fee that you're charging,
Yes.
not the cost,
Yeah.
so the fee.
Yeah.
I know that was clear, but it's just for the minutes.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Any against? Item 17, this is a annual revenue department report. This is the thing that you do yearly, by statute. The revenue department has to give us the liens, delinquent assets and everything. It's kind of the general folder and all that. Now, the only thing that I'm not clear with is, council, is do we just have to accept that report?
We do.
Because they're obligated to give us? Okay.
That's it. Nothing you can do with it except accept it, acknowledge it.
Okay. further discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Item 18, consider various budget amendments, $201 to District 1, last at $78.60, and $692.40 to engineering reimbursement for gate repair.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion?
That was that flatbed that come out of D2.
Y'all have gates at the engineering department?
How old is it?
I don't know,
That's-
I bought it about,
Where's the gate
it
at?
was here.
It's the gate at the animal control facility that was hit by a contractor, and they had to fix it. So, I'll put on my
Engineer paid for it, and then let's reimburse them.
Okay, we paid for the gate, and then they,
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Item 19, consider having a joint work session and business meeting on Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. The prior Thursday, Mark and I will be out of town at a class in Montgomery. You can either vote to move it over to next Tuesday, or one of y'all want to run the meeting, and without us, just do the work session.
I'm fine with doing a combined meeting on the 14th. I'll make it a motion.
Second. Keep the agenda now this week,
Yeah.
Motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, we have our reports from the engineer.
item 20, so I got some good news. On this project, HRRR 526-250, which was safety improvements on County Road 12. This was a project that we applied for last summer. We were awarded the project through OutDOT, but they would only award it up to $500,000, and our estimate was around $800,000. So this whole year, we've kind of thought that we might have to pay $300,000 as a match, which is a considerable amount for a match for a grant. But there are only a couple of counties that have gotten their projects authorized, and it has to be authorized by July, or they lose their money. And so 90% of the counties haven't gotten theirs authorized, or not on track to be authorized. So OutDOT took some of their money and gave it to Blount County. Ours was authorized, it was just bid last week, and so we have a contract. The notice to proceed will be sent out next week, and we'll get started on it in July. So they've given us extra money for that project, and we're just gonna owe the standard 10%, which is like $80,000. But that's pretty standard on all federal projects, you know, the 90-10 match. So that's good news. This item just approves the construction agreement, standard construction agreement that we signed for all LDOT projects.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Good job, Doug.
Thank you. And if you could authorize the payment out of Fund 100, that's what we typically use for matching funds for these. You need a motion? I'll make a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I had left on here, consider a request to convene the executive session, just in case there was a last minute letter. There is no letter from council, unless there's anything impending that I don't know about. Forego executive session for the first time in 4.5 years.
Yeah, I know.
Takes us to announcements. Courthouse will be closed Friday, June 19th, 2026 for Juneteenth, and Friday, July 3rd for 2026 for Independence Day celebrations. Since we have we've moved the work session and business meeting will be held on Tuesday, July 14th, 2026 at 9 a.m. in this room.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I don't know if we missed it, or if
The
the dump truck, please?
Oh, yeah, dump truck. Good catch. Good catch.
Just have a Sierra Truck Works thing right here.
Did you, figure out what a payment will be if we keep these?
Look at that.
So the deal with the truck works thing, the way I understand it, if we were to get trucks, order them really quick, we're gonna get trucks just like we're running today.
With the same emission?
With the same emissions. If we wait and we order any trucks after that, it's gonna be like the old DEF systems. They're gonna have problems, everything, the government's changed the rules on it, and I think there are gonna be problems, there's any problems, all the time problems with the first year things. So, either we keep what we have, or we get rid of these and we get the same truck, a newer year, same truck, and know that they run decent. But I don't know what we wanna do on that next year.
Have these been running pretty well?
Yeah, I haven't.
No trouble
Just
at
some
all.
small, just like a button
And if
or
we-
something, nothing.
If we trade now and get a build date before the end of the year, they'll be the same truck. And then, starting in January is the new emissions law that changes a lot of stuff on them. And anytime you have a dramatic change like that, we all know from experience, there's bugs and issues that with every company.
That's what I was gonna try to run this one 2 years before but with the new emissions,
Yeah.
it'll make this one more valuable if we sell it now.
I think my opinion would be we would sell them now, or we sell them this year, get new trucks before the build date, and then we'd probably sit on them next time.
I think you do sit on next time.
Mark, have you looked at anything on Gov Deal with what you're bringing?
I haven't really paid attention to any of the sales on there.
Well, I mean,
I can
if we
get-
go ahead and do the order, we can always,
I talked to Randy this morning, and he said that they're all ready, the bodies, everything's ready. That they had several trucks. He said the only thing is if you wanted a red one, he said it would take 3 weeks or a month or so, but the price is, the same.
That's with a ox body or Logan?
He said Ox, but I think they have Logans too.
Yeah, I like the Logan.
You like Logan?
Yeah.
Alan, on the back side of the page we're looking at right now, on the bottom left, there's some bodies. We have 26 bodies, 26 frames.
I guess they're probably considered
Yeah.
25, we got them in the fall.
Yeah, they probably at 25.
I don't know what they're considered. Yeah. We need a motion on that, I'll put that in the motion.
So, motion would be to.
My motion would be
sell what we have.
to swap them out one more time, and then we'll decide what we wanna do next year.
Surplus and sales.
Order back.
How are you wanting to do, how are you selling them?
Well, I think we need to look into the Gov Deals, the Jan Woods,
I
or
think we
the.
can make that motion next month.
Yeah, I think we need to look into how they're selling the best before we make a decision on how to sell them.
Well, where the customer pays the premium or whatever, I think that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However we go.
Yeah.
If J.M. Woods wants to do it for us, that'd be good too, but
Yeah.
I don't think he works that way.
I think we'll make that decision later, but I think we get,
We got
if
time.
you'll, give us a little information on just how they're going. But we need to go ahead and let, the company know that we wanna order these trucks, so we get them in by the build date.
So you're doing 2 again?
Yeah,
So we'll name 5 trucks,
that's right.
and you want red,
Yeah, let's keep it red.
so issue a PO for 5.
So, the motion is for 5 trucks to start the process.
Yeah.
So far, red brings more money.
It did, yeah.
Y'all keep your white ones.
Motion, I got a motion on the table here.
Second.
Motion and second, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any more announcements?
I've got one, ribbon cutting for Wood Caverns Parkway, the new road is Monday at 2 p.m. at the gate. So they're working on the gate yesterday. So that'll be Monday at 2 for that.
And then Tuesday the 16th, the opening for Martis Mills. The Family Trust will be putting that together. We're all invited. I know emails went out. I'm letting you know now, Martis Mills.
I think I got that. June 16th at Martis Mill. And what time?
11.
By the trash cans.
By the trash cans. The good looking trash cans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Other than that, any other announcements? Corrects, complaints?
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor?